Welcome to another book haul. It finally felt time to do another haul since I've kind of accumulated enough books in the past few months to do one that was worthwhile. So I have quite a few books and ebooks to share with you. I didn't realize how many I've actually accumulated in the last few months, but some of them I am really excited about and I cannot wait to read. So to start, two books that I am dying to read and hopefully I'm going to read in the next couple of months is Butcher and Blackbird and Leather and Lark by Brynne Weaver. These are absolutely everywhere. They're all over BookTube, all over BookTok, super popular right now, and I've had people telling me that I absolutely need to read these. All I know about them is that they're supposed to be a dark romantic comedy and has something to do with a serial killer. Dark serial killer vibes is always a fun mood, so I cannot wait to get into these. I don't want to read the synopsis for them just because I'd really rather go into it not knowing much. And then another romance that I got, this one was actually given to me, is Unfortunately Yours by Tessa Bailey. So far the Tessa Bailey that I've read have not been my favorite, so I will be very interested to see if I actually like this one. I just find that her writing and some of the romance tends to be cringy, but hopefully I find this one a little bit better than some of the others that I've read so far. I think this one is supposed to be like a fake dating trope, except it's more of a fake marriage trope, and they both benefit from fake marrying each other for a few weeks. If she's married to him for a few weeks, she'll get access to her trust fund, and if he marries her, he could potentially get a loan from the bank. So they both financially would benefit from this marriage. Definitely an interesting concept and a lot more serious than your typical fake dating trope, so it will be interesting to see kind of how this one ends up playing out. Then obviously if we're talking about romance, I had to get a couple more editions of Pride and Prejudice because I'm always collecting new editions of it. So this one is just a Penguin collectible. It's books from A to Z, so A was Austen. It's just a beautiful red sprayed edge edition of Pride and Prejudice. I haven't taken the plastic wrap off of it yet, but maybe I should do that right now, honestly. Whoever decided to put stickers on books that don't easily peel off, you're literally a sadist. I have nothing else to say to you. Okay, I'm kind of wishing I would have left the sticker on because it left a horrible patchy residue section that kind of looks like the cover is kind of raising. I don't know. But now we can appreciate the beautiful red sprayed edges and the pretty little peacock feather filigree of the A on the front cover. I really love that aspect of it. I don't know, it's just a very unique edition of Pride and Prejudice. I'd never seen one that's just pure red before. And then this edition is one that's inspired by International Women's Day. There are a few different books with this as like the kind of theme for the cover, and I really love it. It's just so simple. Then I got a few romance ebooks as well. So the first one that I got was Today, Tonight, Tomorrow by Rachel Lynn Solomon. This one is a YA romance, and I'm pretty sure it's like an academic Rivals to Lovers, which is very interesting. I don't think I've ever knowingly read an academic Rivals to Lovers romance, and I've heard really good things about this one, so I'm hoping it's as good as everyone says it is. I'm always kind of hesitant with YA romance just because I find it can be kind of cheesy and not super great plot-wise sometimes, but I'm willing to give this one a chance considering all of the good things everyone has said about it. Another romance novel that I bought on my Kobo is Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert. I have yet to read a Talia Hibbert, and yet I keep buying her books, and I'm really praying at this point that I love her writing. I don't know why I keep buying books if I'm not sure about the author yet, but here we are, I'm already in this mess. This one, I guess, is another academic Rivals to Lovers. She is a content creator that is obsessed with social media, and he is a football star who is at the top of his class, is very much so a perfectionist, and I guess that they used to be friends and had a bit of a falling out, and they both sign up for the same survival course, and they end up having to work together to hopefully win a grand prize. It sounds really cute and fun and kind of carefree, so I'm hoping it's just a really light comedic romance. Then I got a queer romantic comedy, which is Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. I'm not entirely sure what this one is about, but the characters on the cover are a vibe, and I was also told by a friend that they really loved it, so I definitely had to get this one when it was on sale. Then I got The Heart Principle by Helen Huang. This one is about a woman who's a violinist and makes a YouTube video that goes viral. She ends up burning herself out trying to recreate that viral success through more YouTube videos, and on top of that, her boyfriend decides he wants to be in an open relationship, and so she agrees with it even though she kind of doesn't want to. So she then just starts to have one night stands with a bunch of different guys and decides that the more unacceptable the man is, the better. But then she ends up meeting a guy who's covered in tattoos and rides a motorcycle and tries to have a one night stand with him, but it ends up becoming a little bit more than that, and we all know where this is going. So this one sounds really interesting, and it also sounds very spicy, which is something that Helen Huang is definitely known for. Then I got The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy by Megan Bennon. This is another one that I have no idea exactly what it is about, but the cover definitely caught my eye because it is absolutely stunning. And then the little blurb on it was actually written by Helen Huang, and it says, "If you've ever wished for an adult romance that felt like Howl's Moving Castle, this is that book." And that absolutely sold me. Then I also bought a gothic romance that I'm super excited about. It's supposed to give Beauty and the Beast meets Dracula vibes, and that is Gothicana by Runix. This one looks absolutely stunning, and if the vibes of the story are anything like the cover, I'm sure it is going to be absolutely amazing. I definitely did not want to read the synopsis because I don't want spoilers, but it definitely looks like it is going to be a great, like, spooky season read, but I do not know if I'm going to be able to wait that long to actually read this one, so we will see, but I would love to read it around Halloween. So then I also got some poetry, which I'm super excited about. The first poetry collection I got is My Father's Eyes, My Mother's Rage. This one I actually ended up buying because the title reminds me of Green Day lyrics, which I know probably is not the best reason to buy a book, but I'm always looking for new poetry, and I'm also all about feminine rage and stuff like that, so I feel like it's definitely going to be an interesting read. Then I got Please Love Me at My Worst by Michaela Angmir. I am not sure if I'm saying that last name correctly. This one is definitely giving more of a melancholy vibe, but I love that in poetry. Then I got Saltwater by Brianna Weist, and I need to open this one too. I don't know why I tend to leave my books in plastic when I get them. I also sometimes don't know why the books are in plastic. This, I'm assuming it's because it probably has like mature subject matter, but I'm not entirely sure. But I love just the simplistic cover. It is absolutely stunning, and I think this poetry collection is supposed to be about like self-acceptance and enjoying the simple things in life and stuff like that. I could be wrong, but that's the vibe I'm getting. And then I got I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. This is an autobiography, and it's definitely one of Maya Angelou's more famous works. And I have shockingly never read this one, so it's definitely one that's going to be high up on my TBR because it is very well loved, and I feel like I need to get to it ASAP. Then I got Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellors. I wasn't sure if I was ever going to get this book. I see it everywhere, and I know a lot of people really love it, but I don't know anything about it, and it's one of those ones that kind of makes me feel like when I read it, I'll feel stupid. I don't know if that makes sense. But then it was on sale, so naturally I bought it and decided I am going to eventually give it a go, and hopefully it does not make me feel stupid. I'm kind of afraid with how it's laid out. I'm already feeling kind of dumb looking at this, but I don't know. I'm just hoping that I understand it when I go to read it. Then I got Yoke by Mary H.K. Choi. This one is a YA novel, and it is about two estranged sisters who are polar opposites and want absolutely nothing to do with each other until one of them gets cancer, and then they kind of lean on each other in the wake of that. This one definitely seems like it's going to be a very emotional read, so I'm definitely going to wait until I'm in a very good headspace to read it. Then I got We All Want Impossible Things by Catherine Newman. This one is about two best friends, Edith and Ashley, and they've been best friends for over 42 years. Then Edith gets ovarian cancer and is dying in hospice, and they spend Edith's last days kind of reminiscing about their lives and friendship and different moments. This is another one that I'm definitely going to need to be in the right headspace for because it sounds like it's going to make me absolutely bawl. I almost feel like I want to cry just talking about it. I love that these two books are about friendship and sisterhood in the wake of somebody dying of cancer, and it's not like a romance, if that makes sense. I find the friendship slash family aspect of things tends to be overlooked a bit when it comes to books where one of the characters is dying. So I think those ones are definitely going to be two very unique reads. Then I got Hello Beautiful by Ann Napolitano. This one is supposed to be another tearjerker. I don't know anything about it though. I just know that it comes with very high praise and a lot of people really love it, so I'd like to kind of keep myself in the dark with this one. Then I got Piglet by Lottie Hazel. This one I also know hardly anything about. I feel like that is a very common theme with me, but I like to go into books kind of in the dark, not knowing what they're going to be about. about and then just end up surprised either in a good way or a bad way. I don't know. But the thing that sold me about the book was a little bit of a blurb that was just under its title, and it says, "A stylish, uncommonly clever novel about the things we want and the things we think we want. Piglet is both an examination of women's often complicated relationship with food and a celebration of the messes life sometimes makes for us." I don't know, that just kind of intrigued me, so I ended up buying it. Then I was given Renegade, Supernova, and Arch Enemies by Marissa Meyer. I think these are YA fantasy or sci-fi fantasy. I'm pretty sure this trilogy is about people who have extraordinary superhuman powers, kind of. I'm thinking like X-Men, but not entirely sure. Then I got The Club by Ellery Lloyd. This one is a murder mystery that is supposed to take place at a private celebrities only club, so the suspect pool is very small. I don't know, the thought of glamorous celebrity murder kind of intrigues me. Then I got We Sold Our Souls by Grady Hendrix. No idea what this one's about, but Grady Hendrix has yet to disappoint me, so I'm sure it is going to be amazing. If you don't know who Grady Hendrix is, he is a horror author who does pretty icky, gory stuff, so if you're not into that, I probably wouldn't recommend it, but I am definitely looking forward to it. Then I got My Sister the Serial Killer by Oyinkan Braithwaite. This, I'm going to guess, is about a woman whose sister is a serial killer, but I'm pretty sure she has to kind of clean up after her sister and make sure that she doesn't get caught, and that definitely sounds like a very interesting take on a murdery book. Then I got The Luminous Dead by Caitlin Starling. This is another horror novel that I know nothing about, but the title sounds really cool and the cover is also really cool. Another book that I found the title very intriguing for is Murder Your Employer: The McMaster's Guide to Homicide by Rupert Holmes. 5 minutes before buying this book, I had never heard of it, so it is safe to say that the title definitely sold me. Then I got Look What You Made Me Do by Elaine Murphy, and this is another thriller that follows the sister of a serial killer who has to clean up after her and make sure she doesn't get caught. It would be very interesting to read this one and My Sister the Serial Killer and kind of compare it and see the similarities, because by the description they sound like the same book. Then I got All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers. This one is another suspenseful thriller, and from what I gather, it seems to be about a cold case that is in a small town and people are hiding things and have secrets, and it is supposedly very twisty and intense. So then finally, I think I'll just share with you the graphic novels and manga that I've picked up recently. So the first one is Woe by Lucy Nisley. I think I'm saying that correctly, but it's just a cutesy little collection of comics about the life of a house cat, and it just looks like a really quick, fun time. I love comics about cats, so I felt like I couldn't go wrong with this one. Then I got volume 6 of Lore Olympus by Rachel Smith. I cannot wait to read this one. I absolutely love Lore Olympus so much. It gives romantic Greek mythology vibes. If you were an adult who loved the Disney Hercules when you were a kid, I feel as though this will be your vibe. I could be wrong, but I just described myself and this is definitely my vibe. Then I got I Want to Eat Your Pancreas by Yoru Sumino, and this is manga about a girl who is dying from a pancreatic disease and a boy that finds her diary and discovers this and the friendship that blossoms from that. I definitely thought that the title was very interesting and that's why initially I bought it, but it definitely sounds like it's going to be a very moving and potentially very sad read, and I don't know that I've ever read a really sad manga, so that'll be a first for me. And then last but absolutely definitely not least, I got another Junji Ito finally, and that is Lovesick. The cover itself looks absolutely terrifying, so I am quite certain that the content within it is going to be also absolutely terrifying. So this one is about a town where girls start killing themselves after coming across a man who is apparently bewitchingly handsome, and the main character is trying to capture said man or boy and stop the killings once and for all. And since it is Junji Ito, I'm sure it will not go very smoothly and is going to be absolutely disgusting and horrifying and amazing all at the same time. Oh, I almost forgot too. I also got 2 new bookmarks. So this one says, I like my books spicy and my coffee icy, and I just thought it was really cute for like romance books. And then I also got a Heartstopper one. So I think I'm going to leave this book haul here. Let me know in the comments if you have read any of these books and what your thoughts are on them, if you loved them, if you hated them, if I should prepare myself for the worst. But with that, I hope you have a great rest of your week and happy reading.